Are you yearning to awaken your divine essence and embark on a mystical journey towards enlightenment? Join us as we welcome Pushpinder Singh from the Samaddh Meditation Center to explore the I Am presence and the complex dynamics between the levels of the mind, emotions, memory, and thoughts that shape our reality.
Welcome to Exploring the Mystical Side of Life with your host, Linda Lang.
Hi, this is Linda Lang from thoughtchange.com. Here on Exploring the Mystical Side of Life, we discuss spirituality, mysticism, metaphysics. My guest this week is Pushpinder Singh from the Samaddh Meditation Center. Pushpinder is a spiritual teacher, a meditation guide, and a counselor. Welcome, Pushpinder.
Well, thank you, Linda Lang. Thank you for having me with you.
Today we're talking about the I Am presence.
The term I am is very much different with the term awakened. Where I am exists, awakening cannot exist. And where awakening comes into existence, there the term I am, my existence, starts to get destroyed. That's the process of awakening. A difference between awakening and enlightenment. For an example, awakening, still happening. It's still happening. Enlightenment, enlightened. There's an end to this word. There's an end to this process. So awakening is a process. And enlightenment or enlightened is a destination. What happens, what exactly awakening is and why awakening is actually a process is that a human being, the memory which resides within the body and the mind. First, let me tell you this, that the body and the mind is not at all separate from each other. The mind and the body are totally submerged into each other. That is why a human being gains the capability to look at the face and make up what's going on in the mind, because the body is a physical mirror of the mind. Awakening is a process to wake up the memory which is residing within you.
How does the awakening of mind happen?
All right. You must have heard of these terms, conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind. Conscious mind is that part of the mind which a human being remembers, conscious memory. Subconscious mind is that part of the mind which a human being has temporarily forgotten. Unconscious mind is that part of the mind where all the memories of past reincarnations reside. And when this part of the mind awakens, this is exactly known as awakening of mind. Right now, whatever information I'm giving you, you would either believe it or either disbelieve it. If you were either believe it or either disbelieve it, you are still in a state of believing, not in a state of knowing. Believing and knowing, there is a vast difference between both of them. And this is what awakening is all about. Awakening of self-experience knowledge. Awakening of self-realized knowledge. And a human being who attains self-experience and self-realized knowledge, he has the capability to pull out awakened and experienced knowledge from within others. Now, how does that happen? All right, how does that happen? I said that whatever kind of explanation, whatever kind of nonsense I throw at you, you will either believe it or disbelieve it, right? Now, how do you come to know? Because awakening of mind usually happens with every human being. It's just that they're not paying much attention to it. This is exactly what meditation does. Meditation is all about paying attention. When you pay attention, the level of attention becomes powerful within you. That's when you start to pay attention externally in a very, very powerful manner. How does awakening of mind happen? Spirituality is all about self-experiences. It's all about self-realization. A particular kind of an emotion, a certain level of emotion got adjoined to a particular part within your mind, a particular level of memory stored within your mind. As soon as that level of emotion reached a certain extent of exact that memory, both got adjoined to each other. How does a person remember? When emotions and memory both get connected to each other, that's when thoughts are born. What is happening? Memory is getting collected. How is it getting collected? When a certain level of emotion is getting attached to the memory, when both get attached to it, to each other, that's when thoughts are born. When thoughts are born, that's when the mind provides the brain with information. So this is exactly how awakening of mind happens. When emotion gets attached to memory, both of these, when get attached to each other, they convert into thoughts. All right, for an example, this body is speaking. To speak, first it needs to think, then it will speak. For an example, if the body needs to commit an action, first the mind needs to think, then it will commit an action. So what are before thoughts? Adjoinment of emotions and memory gives birth to thoughts. All right, this is what is going on within the mind. Now, why usually people do not attain a certain state where awakening of mind can happen within themselves? Today's world has mostly become extrovert. They have been externally attached. What is within them which is getting externally attached? Nothing but emotion. Desires are getting attached externally. So that is why desires are getting attached to sex, sexual desires. Love is getting attached externally. So that is why it is known as attachment or external love. Same way jealousy and so on. All the emotions are getting attached externally. Now, what is a spiritual process? Spiritual process is nothing but detaching all the emotions which are attached externally and attaching it internally. When all the emotions get attached internally, they will automatically start to attach with memory. When they start to attach with memory, that's exactly when thoughts are born. This is exactly how awakening of mind happens, which leads to enlightenment. 100% attachment, or should I say 100% conversion of external emotions to internal emotions will lead you towards enlightenment. Why? Because if 100% emotions get attached internally, then 100% memory will awaken. If 100% memory awakens, that's what leads to enlightenment.
Can you have a thought without the memory and the emotion?
No, impossible.
Interesting.
So emotions are going on 24/7. Energies are going on 24/7. The body movement, when it stops 100%, that means that emotions and energies have stopped within the body 100%. That can only and only happen after a human being's death, not before that.
And I guess when we come here, when we're born, and even as little babies, every moment we are collecting memories and emotions as kind of a foundation. As we grow, those childhood thoughts, memories, emotions, and feelings get recirculated in our consciousness.
Childhood memories are the deepest kind of memories. Though they are forgotten, they reside in the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind has most of the control of the mind, most of the control. Frankly speaking, major part of the mind is the unconscious mind, not the subconscious mind, because that is exactly where all the memories of the past reincarnation exist. All right. Though we don't, a human being does not remember about it. A chunk of memory is still intact within an infant, within a child, when he's just born. That is why he's on a minimum basis, he is able to make a certain kind of body movement. He is able to understand a certain kind of dimension of life. Childhood memories are the deepest kind of memories, and more deeper kind of memories, that means more impactful memories.
So, Pushpinder, do you think then that there is nothing that would be considered instinctual, that anything that we might consider an instinct would actually be a memory of a past experience many, many lifetimes ago, perhaps?
A human being, is it a possibility that a human being already knows it subconsciously, but he is not able to realize that? Because whatever resides in the past tense is once again arriving in the future tense. If you pay attention, the universe in itself is a perfect recycle bin, just recreating itself. What had happened will once again happen. Why is it happening in such a way? Because time is moving in circle. Time is moving in cycle.
So the I am is really a state. It's a state of being. That's that place of knowing. It's like you embody the knowing. And then you have the awakening, which is the actual process. So tell me, at the end of awakening, is that when you step into I am presence, or is it a journey?
First of all, if you want to understand these terms, I am awakened or I am enlightened, the first question will be, who am I? I am within the human body and not the human body. Then who am I if I am not the body? I am nothing but an illusion. The term I is an illusion. This is exactly what I am, an illusion. All right. Ego is an emotion, right? This is what makes us think, I am this, I am this, I am this, I am this. The term I is nothing but ego. It is nothing but ego. And this is what is creating the second form of Maya, which is illusion, which is making me think that I am this, I am that, this is mine, that is mine. Frankly speaking, I'm not even there. I said there's a very big difference between believing and knowing, believing and experience. I'll make you experience right now. Do you want to experience it right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go. For an example, so right now if you pay attention, almost none of the body movements are in my control. Then who is operating it? Emotions are not in my control. Then who is operating it? If somebody else is operating it, then who is this? Is this me? If this is me, then it would be in my control. If this is not in my control, this is not me. And who is he? This is not me. This is exactly what awakening is. This is exactly where the illusion dies, that I am not even there. This is exactly why it is said, I am awakened cannot coexist. These three words cannot coexist. Where the term I am exists, their awakening cannot exist. Where awakening comes into existence, there the term I am, their illusion gets destroyed. I'll give you one small example. Again, I have to use the term I because I don't have a perfect word. What do? I'm helpless. Again and again, the term I comes out automatically and it's not in my control. There is a line, a statement in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, which says, Jab hum hote, tab tum nahi, ab tu hi main nahi. What that means? When I was there, when in this body, when the illusion was there, that's when you were not there. Now it's only you who is there and I am not there. This is exactly what 100% awakening status. This is exactly what enlightenment is all about. When a human being becomes enlightened, that personality, the term I, 100% gets destroyed, and it's the whole universe which exists within himself now. What do I mean by the term the whole universe exists? In simpler terminology, it's God. In simpler terminology, it's only God who resides within that body now. Though there is no separate identity known as God. But for you to understand in a similar manner, that is why I'm using the term God. Because there is absolutely no difference, you and God. There is absolutely no difference between you and God. When does a human being change himself? When he realizes. Without realization, no human being can change himself. That is why spirituality is all about constant changes, to bring constant changes within you. Who am I to be enlightened? First of all, I need to realize who am I. To know who I am, I need to come near to myself. When I came near to myself, I realized that I am very weak. That's when I came to know that the universe is really powerful. When I came to know that I'm weak, I came to know that I'm a nothing. That's when I came to them that the universe is everything. So if a human being has become enlightened, that means it's the God which has 100% come into existence within that body.
Our God self will awaken us in tandem, I guess, with the will of God or the universe when it is divine time. And in the meantime, we can step into that place of mindfulness and meditation to kind of connect with that aspect. And that's what I'm hearing from you.
As you said, by the will of God. All right, this is known as hukum, will. All right. Of course, will of God is there. Of course it is there. But it is secondary. Primary, we need to try. Nature has given me the power of choice. So I'm making a choice. It is upon me to make a beneficial choice or an harmful choice. And what is happening in today's date with most of the humans, humans are making harmful choices. The law of nature is right in front of us, and we just need to pay attention to it. We need to keep on trying. We need to keep on understanding, and we need to keep making such kind of choices which are useful to us. The reaction will be useful, not at all harmful. It will be positive, not at all negative. The reaction is the will of God. The action is within our hands. That's what it is.
So, Pushpinder, how would you recommend people to really tune in and make those choices that are in alignment with the will of the universe or the natural progression?
Yeah, that's a very good question. In the starting, every human being is an empty-minded. Okay. He does not know. That's the fact, right? And this is also nature, that every time he wants to know, that is why he's seeking. Because the mind has an habit of popping questions. For an example, a human being is seeking a guru or a saint or a sadhu or an awakened being just because he's seeking answers. He's simply seeking his answers just because his mind is continuously popping questions. All right. And perfect answers can be described only by genuine awakened beings. There are signs of genuine awakened beings. A genuine awakened being has the capability to pull out realizement, has the capability to pull out experience. He will never tell you to believe in him. He will always tell you to know. He'll always tell you to experience. He'll never claim that he's awakened. But each and every word coming out from within himself will be a claim in itself that he is awakened. The words filled up with wisdom will be a claim in itself that he is already awakened. Because his words will have a very high level of clarity in it. It will make perfect sense to you when you hear. It will literally make perfect sense to you. That's how you recognize a genuine awakened or enlightened being. That's the first point. Second point, coming down to your question. First of all, you need to be patient. There are lots of mistakes done. Today's lifestyle, people have made a hell out of their own lives just because they are making wrong choices. Or should I say, there is nothing right or wrong, harmful choices, due to which effects of which are harmful to them. All right. They're doing it just because they're empty-minded. They do not know. They're not doing it deliberately, of course. So why they are making such kind of choices? Because they do not know what kind of choice and what kind of choice not to make and what kind of choice to make. They do not know about that. For that, they need to listen. When you listen, that's when you understand. When you understand, that's when you gain knowledge. When you gain information, when you gain wisdom, you're actually getting directed towards your own self. You're getting directed, or should I say redirected, towards your own self. Isn't memory residing within you? Isn't wisdom residing within you? What is the difference between a genuine, or should I say an enlightened being or an awakened being, and an idiot? What is the difference between both of them? Nothing but spirituality. Is a spiritual being, is a non-spiritual being. First point, listen to the words filled up with wisdom. Listen, pay attention to people like Jaggi Vasudev ji, famously known as Sadhguru. You must have heard him. He's a genuinely awakened being. He's a genuinely awakened being. I cannot comment whether he's enlightened or not. 100% he's awakened. Osho was an awakened being, but I doubt he was enlightened. So for the timing, a perfect person to hear out to is Sadhguru, or famously known as Sadhguru, whose name is Jaggi Vasudev ji. Hear him out, continuously hear him out and meditate. Because his words, if you would have heard him out, each and every word makes a perfect sense. It has his words have lots of clarity. Why? What is enlightenment? Nothing but clarity. When light occurs, clarity occurs. Light has occurred in front of him. That is why each and every word coming out from within him contains clarity for you. So this is how you recognize an awakened being from a non-awakened being, because there is no other way out. So these are few signs to look out to. He will be a non-believer. Secondly, you had asked me a question at the start. I had told you there is a lot of difference between religion and spirituality. All right. In short, the meaning of religion, rely, legion. Rely, legion makes up religion. That means building up a legion on the basis of relying on each other. Rely, legion. Spiritual, ritual, spirit. Ritual of the spirit. So rely means nothing but faith. It means belief. So belief almost have nothing to do with reality. For an example, your name is Linda Lang, right? Now I will say your name is not Linda Lang, your name is Jennifer Lopez. But isn't there a difference between belief and reality? Belief is this, reality is this. That's the difference. Simple. Hope you got the point.
Very good. I like your definition, actually. It's very good. Pushpinder, thank you so much for being my guest today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. In fact, thank you too.
Would you like to share your contact information or your website?
Oh, yeah. The name of the website is samaddhmeditation.org. Samaddh Meditation is a non-profit donation-based meditation center. And I came up with this idea specifically for middle class and lower middle class people who cannot afford a fixed fees. All right. In today's date, you can see that everything has become commercial, right? Though money is very important, if a person has committed his life 100% towards this path, he also needs to fill up his stomach. He and his family needs to fill up his stomach. That is the first perspective. And second perspective, if a person receives anything for free, he wouldn't value it. So it's very important to take money. But at the same time, there is no demand. It's 100% donation based. And people can even donate voluntarily. If people would like to support this cause, they can support by donating to this cause, as well as they can join in courses or sessions by donating according to their own comfortability and affordability.
Very good, very good. Thank you again for being my guest,
Thank
Pushpinder.
you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
And thank you for listening to this week's edition of Exploring the Mystical Side of Life. Please check out our other conversations. We're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, iHeart. Come and visit me at thoughtchange.com. Pick up your copy of Learning to Listen. And while you're there, check out my program, Alchemy from the Inside Out. We'll see you again next time. Drop a comment below and let us know if you enjoyed this conversation. And remember to subscribe. We'll see you again next time.